Friends, how are you doing today? So this video might be the last video in 2020. So it's almost the new year now, and I'm sharing this video about a dashboard with ChartJS and Google Apps Script. As you can see here, so this is a dashboard built with the Apps Script. I basically use a library called ChartJS, and I store the data in a Google spreadsheet, and with the app script I can build a dashboard like this. And I put some examples here like the chart, bar chart and line chart, radar, and also horizontal bar chart here, and a pie chart here, and a donut here. So I only give some demos here, and I only cover the basics about this library. So if you need to do more customization about your charts, you maybe need to go to this website is called chartjs.org, and you may need to check the documentation, and you can do a lot of customization, I think. All right, so for this example here I'm sharing today is just to show you how to do it with app script. And if you need more customization about this dashboard, you can check this document, and also you can ask help from me. Okay, so I didn't spend a lot of time on this library because I'm not very good at chart, and you need to spend some time on this library and check how to do it. So here there are some samples. Okay, you can check the samples, and you can check which chart is your is the one you'd like to use. Okay, for your dashboard. As you can see here, you can check them. Very interesting stuff here. Maybe for which one? Don't know which one is better. So basically things like this. Okay, so you can check the sample here, and once you check the sample, you find the chart you like, and you can go to the documentation, and you can check what kind of data you need to grab from your Google spreadsheet. Okay, so this data set is very important for each kind of chart. Okay, so you need to shape your data. So basically in your Google spreadsheet, you normally don't have a data structure like this. Okay, you only have a two-dimensional array, so you need to convert your two-dimensional array to a data set like this. So for different chart type, the data set may be different, so you need to check this documentation. So for each kind of chart, you may have a different data set. Okay, as you can see, this is type for bar, and you can have other types for line or something else. All right, and you have options to be configured, so you can change the appearance of your chart. Okay, a lot of options to do in these options. Okay, so I'm not going to go through this because I haven't read all of them. All right, I only covered the basics. So let's go back to the project here. So as you can see here, this is a web application. I call it dashboard with ChartJS and Google Apps Script. And I have 6 charts here. And this chart we're going to be refreshed automatically every 1 minute. Okay, so this can be configured. So this depends on how you configure the interval of the time to be refreshed. You can set it up in the script. I will show you later. Now it's refreshing. Okay, so this is refreshed. All right, so let's see the data source. So in a spreadsheet here, as you can see, I have a spreadsheet with 2 tabs here. So the first tab is called dashboard. So this is where you set up your dashboard in a spreadsheet like this. It is very similar to the not similar actually. Basically, it is an easier way for you to configure your report like this. As you can see, I have six rows of data here for the dashboard, and you already guessed that. So 6 lines, 6 rows of a chart in this dashboard that represent the chart for each chart. As you can see, for the first one is a bar chart. As you can see, the type is bar, right? The second one is a line, and this is the title. You also can set up a title here. And the third one is a radar, and the third one is radar. Okay, things like this. So if I add, so this first one is index, the type of the chart you'd like to create, and the title for the chart, and this is the data source. Okay, so you can put the data source is another spreadsheet. You can use another spreadsheet. So for this example, I'm using the URL. As you can see, this is exactly the same as this one, because I'm using the data source from this spreadsheet. It's from this spreadsheet and with the sheet name data. Okay, so I'm using the data from here. All right. So basically, you can have another spreadsheet, and you can give the data source of the sheet name of the data source. Okay, and this is the data set for the columns you need to get the data from. Okay, so for the first example here, I have a bar chart here. So the data source is from this spreadsheet, and the sheet name is the data, and I'd like to get the column B and column C. All right, so if I go to this data tab, column B is red, column C is blue. Okay, so this is your data set. So if I go to the chart here, as you can see here, for the bar chart, I have this red and blue because I choose column B and column C in here for data set. And another one here for the line chart here, I'm choosing D and E. So for D and E, it should be yellow and green. Okay, so yellow, green. So you can rename these data set names. Okay, here I'm using the colors because I use the font color and the background color, as you can see here. So the background color will be the background color of this chart bar or line, and the font color will be the border color of the chart, of the bar chart. You can see here the border is blue, is a color of a kind of darker blue. All right, so the red is redder, is a little bit darker, and then the background. Okay, if you see, so basically you can configure the colors of your data set in that spreadsheet. All right, so that's something you can do in the spreadsheet. And if you change the color, maybe this red, let's do something else, like something very maybe black, I don't know. So now it's black, and I change the background to something like this. I'm sorry, so this is font color, and change it to something light gray. So I change this red to gray with a gray of background, and a color of black for the border. So if I refresh this page, I should have this color updated in this dashboard. Let's check. Okay, now as you can see here, this red is with a dark border and a gray background. Okay, so this is about the color, the appearance of your dashboard. You can configure in that spreadsheet. And this is all the data you need to add it for your report. Okay, so this is the labels. This is labels, as you can see here, for the for Monday to Sunday. So just for this demo, so you can add things. Okay, you can change the data here, the labels here. All right, so that's the basic structure of this dashboard report. Okay, So that's something, and I think that's all the stuff you can do in the spreadsheet. Okay, you can change the color, you can change the, let's change it back to red. I don't know which one I choose. I think it's this one. Okay, and so basically this is data set. You can put this data in another spreadsheet. Okay, just any spreadsheet you have access to it. Okay, even the spreadsheet somebody shared with you on your Google Drive. Okay, you also can use it. You only need to grab the link, the URL of that spreadsheet, and pass it here for your chart. All right. So if you need to add a new chart, let's say we need to add a new bar, you copy this line and paste it here, and rename it 7, and this is bar second, and let's choose the data set from maybe EFG. Okay, I have 3 data sets. Maybe you can do something like this, not continuous. You can A, F, G, something like this. You also can do it. So A is red, and the F is purple, and the G is orange. So let's go back to the report. Now, as you can see, since this is refreshed every 1 minute, so I have this 7th bar second here, and it's blue. That's weird. Maybe it's not refreshed. Let's try to refresh it. Maybe when I change the data set columns here, it's not refreshed. All right. Okay, something is wrong. I think I got a purple and orange, and I didn't see. Oh, okay, so I cannot use A. You know why? Because A is not a data set. A is for the labels, okay? So I cannot use A. So let's change it to B. All right, I should start from B. Never have an A. Let's try C. Okay, C, F, G. C, F, G, and let's wait for this to be refreshed. Okay, let me refresh it manually. Loading the data from the spreadsheet, and now I have 3 labels here: blue, purple, orange. So the blue is column C, I think. All right. So you get the idea how to add a new chart to your dashboard. Okay, just simple like this. So everything is just simple like this. Okay, so if you don't like this one, you maybe need to do more customization about these charts, because I only did a very few. I actually didn't do any customization. So this is basically the default setup. I only add the colors. Okay, I only grab the colors from the spreadsheet and apply the colors to these charts. And you may notice that for the pie chart and the donut, it looks like a little bit weird because they're in the same color. Okay, that's because for the data set I use a color, because for each data set the color is the same. Okay, so you may need to do some customization. So if you'd like to change the color for the slice to have a different color for each slice, so you need to modify the colors in the script. Okay, so that's the customization you need to do. All right. So I think that's the basic of this project I'd like to share with you. All right. Let me check what else I'd like to share here. So basically, what I'm doing here in the back end. So let me explain this to you. All right, and I will show you where to set up this refresh interval in the script. So once you make a copy of this file to your Google Drive, you can go to the Tools Script Editor to open this file. Okay, you will have all the code here, and let me refresh this. And there are 4 files in this project. So the first one is this app.js. Okay, so in this file, what you can do here, you can change the app name here. So the dashboard ChartJS. So this is the chart. This is the title of this web app, and also it is this title. Okay, so you can change it here. And this is the dashboard, the tab name in the spreadsheet. So if you rename this dashboard, you also need to change this, because if you don't, this script will fail. Okay, it cannot find the dashboard tab, and it cannot find the dashboard data. Okay, so normally you don't need to change it, but if you do, remember, make sure this dashboard is the same with this one. Okay, you can rename it whatever you like. So the most important thing here is in this class app class here. As you can see here, we have functions to create data set, and we have functions to create the chart data. So if you to do more customization about your chart, you need to do it here. So let me give you a very quick demo here. So here I have an aspect ratio. As you can see, I set it to 1. Set up to 1 because I have a square about the chart. So I set the chart like a square. So if I change it to something like 2, so you will see what happened. So if I refresh this page, you will have not a square anymore, so the chart will be squeezed like this. Okay, so this is how you do some customization about your charts. Okay, so there is a lot of options here you can find in this documentation. Okay, so this is the options you can do. You can find from this ChartJS. Okay, I think you can find some other videos which is only about this topic, about the ChartJS. Okay, so maybe you can find some videos to learn from there, and you can use it in the script. All right, so let's change it back to 1. Let's make it a square. All right, so a lot of stuff you can do. Okay, so in this class, I'm going to go through the dashboard and go through this line by line and create the data set for each type of chart. And once we create the data set, I'm going to here I have a function to get the dashboard data. As you can see here, I get the dashboard data, and I'm going to return this data to the front end. Okay, return the data to the web application. So if you go to this JS.html file, you will see here I have a function to load. So this function load is going to get the dashboard data from the backend, from your spreadsheet. Okay, so once we get the dashboard data successfully, we're going to pass the data here. We're going to grab the data. We have the chart and have the app name. So with the chart, the data of the chart, we're going to create the chart, and here I have function to create the chart. So this is function to create the chart. All right, it is very simple. So basically, I shape the data from in the backend here, and you also can do it in the front end. Okay, it just depends on you. And I think it may be a good idea to do it at the front end, because I think it may. So if you only have a few chart, it won't be an issue, I think. So if you have a lot of charts to do in your dashboard, I think at the back end we're going to need a lot of time to do that, the calculations and things like that, to execute your code at the back end. Okay. So you can choose do it here, and you can do it here in the front end. All right. And for the layout, I use a Bootstrap to do the stuff. So just very simple stuff. As you can see here, I have the Bootstrap style sheet and the Bootstrap JavaScript, the Bootstrap bundle. Okay, so this is the Bootstrap JS bundle, and this is ChartJS bundle. Okay, so this is the libraries we are using in this project. And I also have a css.html file here. So just in case you need to add your own style for this web app, you can add it here. All right. So this css.html is linked to the here in this index.html. Okay. So okay, I almost forget one important stuff here. So in this .js file, I have refresh minutes. So I set it up here for 1 minute. So if you'd like to change it, you can change it here, maybe 12 minutes, 15 minutes. So change it to whatever you like. As you can see here, this is set up the interval to reload the data. Okay, so it's going to reload, to run this reload function and refresh it by this refresh minute. Okay, so I think that's almost everything I'd like to share today, and I will try my best to make another project maybe for 2020. I don't know, because I don't know if I have any other ideas about the videos. So okay, so maybe this would be the last video for this year. So if this is the last video, and I hope you all have a happy new year and 2021. Okay, so maybe I will see you next year. All right, so see you guys, and have a nice day. Bye bye.